Hey, 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 guys, my favorite entrepreneurs. I am here with my new friend, BJ. I am so excited. Guys, she is in Alaska. It's so beautiful where she is. Thank you, BJ, for, tuning up to being our guest today to share your words of wisdom. I'm so excited to be hanging out with you today.
Well, thank you so much. It's going to be fun. I appreciate it.
Yay, yay. Well, I'm going to introduce my friends to you so you guys know all about BJ. She grew up in Montana and has a deep love for being outside in nature. Her mom loved to hike and birdwatch, so it wasn't unusual in the summer to find the family hiking or taking a nature walk. In her first business career, BJ was in the banking world for over 10 years, learning the importance of understanding personalities and communication styles. However, her real understanding and deeper curiosity of bird identification didn't come along until she was rediscovering outdoor hiking again with her college age daughter, who was taking bird ID classes. How cool is that? Then the real fun began. BJ is a mother of two and an entrepreneur at heart. She has spent over 40 years in business. She's built two businesses, training other entrepreneurs, raising up leaders, and coaching business owners from many walks of life, helping others gain a deeper understanding of themselves, the people around them, and making that shift to speaking all four languages is rewarding and empowering. BJ continues to love the outdoors, currently living in the beautiful Southeast Alaska, hiking, working outside, and kayaking whenever possible. And of course, she is bird watching. So I know you guys don't know anything about her bird stuff. So she is going to explain more. What does birds have to do with entrepreneurs? BJ, take it away.
All right. Well, actually, people are what we're all about. But so often it's hard to figure out, who am I talking to? Why does it feel like I'm talking with someone and I've got this deer in the headlights look, or I'm not making myself clear, or I don't understand what they're saying. And it's all because of those personalities. And birds make it really, really easy for us to figure out, who am I actually talking to? What is their core personality or the flock they fly with? And the most important thing about learning about birds in the program I've got is, how do I speak the language of someone who's not in my flock? Because when I do, that wall comes down and we get to have a wonderful conversation.
Yes. And, guys, I grew up in New York City. So I told BJ, look, I don't know anything about birds except for pigeons. And then she's like, wait, do you know about this? Do you know about that? And she explains. And I was like, light bulb, this makes total sense. So I was so excited when you started explaining it to me.
It is easy, right? It is easy. And the beauty of the program is that it's simple and relatable, because like Erica said, she only knew pigeons. Well, I asked her, well, have you ever seen an eagle? What do you think of when you think of an eagle? And she instantly had words for me, right? Erica, what did you say when I said, what do you think of an eagle?
Well, strength, right? Bold.
Mm-hmm. Right. And what do you think of when you think of a songbird, which would be like a sparrow?
Oh, yes. That was the one that was that the one I said was quiet, or what? I forget now. What did I say?
Doves, I think you liked were quiet.
The doves,
But
yes.
when you think of sparrows, yeah, think of, like, if you go for a walk in the park and you see all these little birds on the ground, and as you walk along, they just whoosh, they're gone, right? They're here and they're gone and they're sitting on the ground. They're not the pigeons. They're littler, right?
The little brown
most
one?
of us, yeah. What do you think of when you see a whole bunch of them and like they're on the ground and pecking away, or they're in the tree and then you walk by and they're gone? What kind of words run through your mind?
Are those mysterious, or are they chatterboxes? Are they
There you
stick
go.
together?
See? Yes, all of that is right. Mysterious because you can never find them. They're in the trees. They're fast. Taxes because, yes, they're noisy. And communal. There are always a whole bunch of them. So see how easy it is, even if you didn't really know personalities. Just because you know birds, you can start to relate all of those same characteristics from birds, and you'll be able to walk into a room that you're networking in and look around and go, songbird, raptor, pigeon, that's a songbird, or a dove. And then the one a lot of people don't know is herons. Herons are great blue herons or egrets. They're those tall, skinny birds that we see beside the water all the time. And they're standing and standing and standing and standing. Well, those are our analyticals, because every one of those flocks that I teach have a correlation with how the bird acts and what the natural characteristics of the bird are. And people are the same way. So it's beautiful. It doesn't put you in a box, because we learn skill sets throughout life, but it really makes it much more relatable to be able to start to identify, who am I talking with? What's their language? Are they all about fun? Then let's have some fun. Are they all about details? Then yeah, let's get down to some details that help them relate. Makes it easy, makes it doable. And when you do that, tell me what you think, Erica. If you can make a really good connection with someone, what benefit is that for both of you?
Well, number one, don't we all want more friends? But number two, that means that you can really speak to their heart, right? And you can really, in my mind, serve them best, right? Whether it's friendship or business, once you're clicking together. That's what I think.
You're absolutely right. That wall comes down, right? Yeah. When we can feel like you and I are on the same page. I get you, and you feel like, well, she gets me. Yeah. Then it's that wall's feeling, down, right? And we can work together. It is. And that's really what we want in all of our relationships, not just business, by far. This is a skill set that really changes your mindset. We've talked a little bit about mindset too, but when you feel like, okay, I don't have to take things personally, that are more about who that person is, with the way they're wired, the flock they actually come from, it's not about me, that releases a ton of weight off of our shoulders. And when we know, oh, that's why that person does that, this is the best way for me to speak their language and help them feel heard, understood, respected and valued. That again changes your mindset. It changes the way that you interact with people and the way you see people. And that opens up an awful lot of doors.
Oh, absolutely. Because, in entrepreneurship, I feel like, with my 30 years of doing this, that when it's our product, our brand, and somebody says no, or maybe we assume they're challenging us, but they were just asking a question, we feel like they attacked our business. But if we were, representing this water, or we clocked in at this water company every day and they said something, we're not going to take it personal. So this is great, so that people, especially entrepreneurs, can understand they were just asking a question. They needed clarity. They're more analytical. Or if they're not responding to your, or they're not responding to the messages as fast as you want. Well, maybe that's because that's this type of birdie, right?
Exactly. Oh, that's so right. And that releases so much pressure off your shoulders, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. To always feel like you have to be right, or you have to, push through something that's not where you should be pushing. So it's a beautiful program. It's very simple. It's based on 4 flocks. And I have a book out, which is basically just your resource guide. It's very easy. I've got
Show us the book. It's so pretty. Don't y'all love that?
So, are you my flock? It's really easy.
That is awesome, the book. So I don't remember where we were. Somebody said something about BJ in her book. I don't know where I was. Probably some networking event, right? Then I go to another networking event and BJ was there. And I was like, what did you call that? Like, you're seeing a celebrity, like starstruck, because I was like, the way you just people described you and your book and your philosophy, it really hit home to me, because I teach all about serving others though with what they need, which is basically you're understanding their personality so that you can communicate in the best way possible, right? So I was so excited to talk to you and to learn more about you. Is there a tip that you can give someone, or whatever business tip or whatever tip you would like to share? What would you say to someone who's like, well, I can just talk to everyone the same way. It doesn't even matter. I just have a script.
Oh, okay. Then I would, first of all, I would encourage you to take one whole day of the time you're using that script, and I would encourage you to keep tallies. How many calls did you make? How many answers did you get? How many conversations were you able to have that, you thought were going somewhere? And how much business did you close? And that will give you a really good eye opener as to who you're connecting with. And as you're doing that, if you close business with people, make a little note as to how you felt when you talked with that person. And if you felt like you were both on the same page, all you're doing is talking to people of your flock. So that's great, but you're missing 3 flocks. So my biggest tip for all of us as entrepreneurs, there are 2 skill sets that I learned in my 40 years that really made a difference. Mindset is key. You have got to keep in a good spot, and you can't just sweep it under the rug. When something's not going right, you really have to access hands-on tools that make a difference to retrain the brain. That's like bottom line. It has to happen. But the 2 skill sets that I developed, one was learning how to identify who I'm talking to. So this personality profiling. And now you have a resource, which is easier than DISC or Enneagram or the bank code.
Oh,
and the second
disc
is learning.
made my brain hurt. I was telling you, remember, I was like, every company I'm with, they're like, the disc theory. And I'm like, so I am an I, an S, I'm a D, an I, an S, a C. So I'm all of them. Okay. So how are you talking to me?
Yeah. Right. And if someone doesn't know the disc profile, how are they going to understand what you are? If you say, if you told somebody I'm an INTJ, they'll be like, oh, that's nice.
I'm like LMNOP.
Yeah. A, B, C, D, E. Yeah, right. Yeah, it's ridiculous. I mean, it's effective for the person who really wants to dig in and learn it. It's a great tool. Don't get me wrong. It's a great tool.
Yeah.
It's complicated to learn, and more than that, it's complicated to explain. And if you can't explain something to someone, you probably haven't internalized it, which means it doesn't run automatically. Right. But when you know what a raptor is, you know what a songbird is, you know what a dove or pigeon is, you know what a heron is, and you are familiar with their characteristics because you see them all the time, it makes it easy for you to internalize the program and instantly access it in your mind. It's very easy.
So easy.
So that's the number 1 skill. Yeah. And I am going to do an audio. So for everyone listening, if you're like Erica and I, and you're always on the go, and it's easier for you to listen to something than it is to actually sit down and read it, an audio book is coming. So please let Erica and I know if you want to be on the list, because I'm going to do a special with the audio book. But back to the key. I just got a little sidetracked there.
That's okay.
Back to the keys. The number 1 is personality. Squirrel. Little hint there on personalities. The 2 keys. One is the personality profiling. The second one is really learning to ask the right questions at the right time in the right format. So open-ended questions, but in their personality. And many of you, if you've been in network marketing or direct sales, you have probably learned the term form, if you want to form someone. And it's just learning
I've never
about
heard
them.
that
They're
term
specific
before.
questions. Oh, yeah. It's a fabulous way to really understand who am I talking to and allow them to tell you. Allow them to tell you everything that you need to know. So when you're done chatting with them, you can wrap up an ending message that incorporates their strengths, their needs, their goals, their desires in what you have to offer in like 3 minutes.
Oh, okay. Yes, I've not heard
of that. So when you're good at that, when you learn how to do that, you get a lot more yeses. You get a lot more, really, tell me more. Oh, tell me about that. What is, my sister might need that. And that's what you're looking for. Not looking to sell everyone. You're looking to fill a need. And forming does that. So for those of you who do these interviews or coffee dates, or you're out meeting people, or you just want to really improve your own skill set in communication, those two items, this book right here, it's on Amazon. Are You My Flock?
Nice.
Are You My Flock? It's also on popmindset.com. It'll pop right up on the front cover. If you go to popmindset.com, in the free resources, there's also something called the networking skills. And it is a email series that talks all about forming. So it has a walkthrough on how to do your interviews, what questions to ask, why to ask them, and how to do that ending message. So those two skill sets are what are the foundation of my 40-year career.
Nice. I love that. I love that. I love how you explained it so simply, so that anyone can do it. That's great. So BJ and I do it two different ways, right? My questions are in a survey and I just present based on the survey, so I'm really not asking any more questions because they already answered them. But when you're in a situation where you need to be one-on-one and you don't have the survey or you need to ask some more questions, it's very important, as she said, to ask the right questions. You're guiding them, right? Instead of, all this extra chatter. Don't you think that people talk way too much because they may be afraid of what the outcome might be if they ask certain questions? So they kind of deflect. Do you find that when you're leading others?
For instance, if someone is selling or presenting their product, they over talk. Is that what you're saying?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, they can. The key is to get the other person to talk. That is the magic. When the other person talks, they sell themselves.
Exactly. Sales 101. If they say it, they believe it. If you say it, they don't, right? So I love it. I love it. All right. So you guys are going to go to her website and we'll put the link above or below at the end. And then you're going to get the is it a guide or it's just network resources, right?
The networking resources, that is free. It's just an email series. Sign up for it. You'll get all of the documents. The other thing while you're there, my gift to you, is there is a link for a free personality profile quiz. So please go on. I read them individually. So I will look at your results and I will give you my estimated opinion because, of course, it's a short quiz. The bigger quiz or the full quiz is in here. But if you'd like to get just a little sneak peek, go take the quiz. Let's get to know each other. I'm here to answer any questions.
So wait, we'll find out which birdie we are?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I'm going to do that when we hang up. I want to know.
Yep, so take your quiz.
Oh, I love that. Okay. So
find out what flock you fly with.
Yes, I'm excited. So everyone go to popmindset.com, go to the resources, sign up for the email sequence and take the quiz. You need to know which birdie you are, which flock you belong to. And don't forget to grab her book while you're on her website because this is a great resource. I always want to bring people to you who are keeping it simple, right? Keeping it very simple so that you can elevate your business without having your noggin hurt learning how to do it, right? Oh, wonderful, BJ. I'm so excited that you were able to come on today. I know that you're super busy and there's a crazy time difference between the two of us. So what time is it where you are?
It is now 9:23 a.m. in the morning.
I am. Okay, look how fabulous she looks, guys. Early in the morning for her. Oh, thank you so much. Is there any final words that you want to say before we go?
The only thing I would say is for all of you who are running your businesses or starting your businesses, don't give up. If you run into a little bit of a block or you get discouraged or you run into a problem that you're just not quite sure of, most of us, like Erica and I, we've been through it ahead of you. So we know these bumps and hurdles and bruises and challenges. So reach out to someone, get a mentor, talk to Erica, talk to me, and let us help you achieve your dreams by being an entrepreneur. So that's it.
I love it. I love it. Perfect advice. You know what? Together, we have 70 years of experience.
And yet, look how gorgeous we look. 470. Don't you think we look pretty rockin'?
Oh, thank you again, BJ. Okay, everyone, go check out her website. I'm going to put the links below and share this out. It's going to be on YouTube. It's going to be on my page. It's going to be on BJ's page. Share this out because entrepreneurs need to know about this simple system to understand other people's personalities so you can speak from your heart to their heart. All right, BJ, say goodbye to all your fans. Bye, guys.
Thank you so much, Erica. Bye-bye,
yes,
everyone.
absolutely. Bye.